Just when you thought that we would never receive a 6-inch scale Lobo figure of any kind from anyone, anytime, anyplace ever, I present to you the Mattel Collecting Connect Lobo action figure. Well, all the pieces of it anyway. We're gonna put it together in this video and build the figure that fans have been asking for many a year. The DC Direct version always looks like he's crouching to have a poop. Actually, he's just crouching because he originally came with a motorbike. But still, he's always crouching, and that kinda sucks. And then Mattel delivered to the fans in the form of a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, one that was absolutely, definitely much too tall. Like, for all the people that are scale hounds out there, that San Diego Comic-Con Lobo figure is one of the worst offenders. Well, today, we are going to be solving that problem in this video. So let's shift all this out of the way. First, you take Lobo's rippling pecs torso, attach the cross necklace, and take the groin area and snap it into place. Right leg, check. Left leg, check. His beefy arm, his other beefy arm. Then you take the head of your choosing, in this case the classic Lobo one for this part of the video, and you pop it onto the ball peg. Like so. And then finally, you take his massive bastage hook on a chain and stick it in his... Hold on a second. Grab that hook. And there we absolutely have it. The main man. A 6-inch scale, in proportion, Lobo action figure. Finally. Can we get a hell yeah from the hell yeah crowd at the back? Hell yeah! I feel like clapping for this monumentous occasion. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules! But seriously, Super Friends, what an awesome time to be a DC fan and a Lobo fan. I feel like this is the Lobo figure that just should have always been. They probably always should have used, as you can see here, a Masters of the Universe classic scale buck to make Lobo. And really, for all of the figures that were made in the past, I feel like this one should have been made sooner. It should have been given precedent over Cobra. I mean, honestly, you gotta be kidding me. You mean to tell me that this guy right here was honestly more important to make than the main man himself? I'm not sure why this second-rate villain was chosen with all of his new sculpting details to be made before Lobo was made, but I don't know. I don't make the character selections at Mattel. They've given us some pretty awesome character selections. Just occasionally I find myself scratching my head going, why? No offense to people that like, this is just a rant, isn't it? Okay, moving on. So let's just do that slow head to toe that we usually do, and you'll notice that, indeed, from head to toe, this Lobo is chocked full of 100% bastage beating badassery. If there is a problem, yo, he'll solve it. He'll rip out your guts and butt his stogie out on it. Boo, doo, boo, boo, chicka, boo, boo, doo, boo, boo. Okay, maybe perhaps I'm a little bit more excited than I perhaps should be, but this is a figure, honestly, I'm not making this hype train up. I'm really genuinely, honestly, very much excited for this guy. Anyhow, looking up closer at the figure here, you can see obviously he's got that cross chain necklace there, and that's something he's had. That's iconic. He's had that for like ever. The same thing with the sleeveless leather biker jacket there with the metal spikes there on the shoulder. He's had that for like ever. Back when it was cool to... I actually had a jacket like this as a teenager. I kid you not. Before my grunge days, I actually had a jacket just like this, except for it had sleeves, and unfortunately did not have a big yellow Superboy S on the back. But you can see the two-tone here in the body here where they've really tried to make it look comic accurate. You've got his little, well, whatever that is, his codpiece with the skull and the belt. You got his big, huge boots, and he's had boots with knee pads like this with the stars on them for as long as I can remember. Like, this really is a very, very classic-looking Lobo. The head sculpt here for the main man, this is the classic one. It's painted okay. It's not perfect, but for a product that is mass-produced and sent out the door, I can deal with the fact that the bottom part of his goatee thing here is sort of just a little bit off-center. I'm cool with that. Let's move some of his hair out of the way. Shut up, phone! This is my phone. I dropped it. It's all cracked and stuff. Oh, look at that comment. Beating up a scalper would be so much fun. Okay, no, there's context to that. I make a joke about it in the end of the last video. Anyhow, yes, where were we? Face sculpt. Okay, let's pop the other head on. While we're doing that, let's actually take off his leather jacket too, just to show you that we can. Off it comes, get off, get... There he is! Big and buff and with absolutely no nipples. He's a no-nipple man. And then we'll just pop the other head. And here he is now with the goggles on. Don't you think he kind of looks like Rob Zombie from the 90s? Back when, in the early days of White Zombie. Burn in the back of my Dragula. Sorry for all the White Zombie fans, I screwed that up. Let's put the vest back on. Sleeve 1, sleeve 2. Pretty easy to put the sleeveless jacket back on. It's because the hole is big. It's always easy to get in when the hole is big. When it's small, it's harder to get in. Let's pop his head back on. Cool. Oh, I really, really like this. Like a whole lot. I like it a lot. Alright, so Lobo's articulation is going to be as follows. The head's on a ball peg, as you've seen, and the hair gets in the way, but, you know, there's some that can move up and down quite a bit. Again, the hair does get in the way for the back, so having him look up is kind of a difficult task. Single jointed elbow, of course, and it can go almost 90 degrees, so he can flex them pipes. We have a swivel hinge wrist with a pretty good range of motion there. He's got himself an ab crunch, an infinite swivel waist. He's got a hinged groin that actually has a pretty good range of articulation and motion. Single jointed knees. He's also got his ankles on a hinge that is also bonus. It's a pivot, so round and round it goes. Very, very cool. It's going to make him a lot easier for posing, having that ankle pivot. One last thing I would like to point out here is that although Lobo looks like his head and body are definitely different colors, they are a little bit, but honest to goodness, it really doesn't show up. It's not really that noticeable when you're looking at the figure in hand. His body does have a bit of that blue tinge to him, while the face seems to have a whole lot less of it, but again, honestly, in hand, you really don't notice it that much. So as far as size comparison, there can be only one. Wow. Two, but it's only one picture. On the one side we had the Lobo from Justice League Action, and on the other one we had the Squatting to Poop DC Direct one. I kid. It was the same joke I made before. He was really just squatting to be on a motorbike. Anyway, he's definitely bigger than both of those and takes the cake as far as awesome. Pretty much the best Lobo figure ever. Hercules, Hercules. And there we have it. We've come to the end of the 5-video series detailing, reviewing, showcasing, if you will, the Mattel Multiverse Lobo Collect and Connect action figure wave. With this wave, in my opinion, Mattel killed it. They knocked it out of the park. And I think for the character selection, how they probably went about this was, what are the characters that fans have been asking for absolutely ever? Seriously, Kyle Rayner, Batman Beyond, Kingdom Come Superman, and Lobo are all figures that I've seen fellow DC Universe Classics fans and Multiverse fans asking for a long time. With the exception of Kid Flash, who obviously has been put in there because with the coming waves, they're definitely doing a Titans theme as well, be it Teen Titans or regular Titans. If this is indeed the last year for the Mattel Multiverse, as far as I'm concerned, it's clear that they're going out with a bang. And I promise you, dear super friends, I am going to be here every step of the way. I don't care what anyone says. I am a die-hard Mattel fan as far as their DC figures goes, and I'm here for the long haul. Anyhow, thank you so much for viewing this series. I honestly recommend that if you can find this wave at your local Walmart or Target, or maybe you need to resort to ordering it online like I do because I live in Canada, honestly, try and track this down. Pick it up, because as you can see, this is an incredibly well-balanced wave, and I've enjoyed it very, very much. So if you've enjoyed this video, please take the time to bop it with a like. You know what that big red subscribe button does, so if you'd like to become a super friend and join the DC squad, you can click it. There's also that notification bell you can ding as well if you'd like to become notified of when I put out new videos. And finally, any comments you have, anything at all, please leave it down in the comments section below, and I will see you next time. Have a rad day, super friends. Take care. Oh yeah, and screw this guy. He sucked.